Alright guys, quick review of just solving for points with an absolute value equation or absolute value function. It's not quite like when we were solving the equations earlier in the year. We're just doing basic stuff where you're plotting in points. You're going to plot points today and then you're going to graph them. Alright, so if we're just looking at something like y equals the absolute value of x, and if you have your worksheet in front of you right now, you know that this is number 1 on the worksheet. But if you don't yet, then hey, just gave it away, right? The absolute value of x. Absolute value means anything inside the absolute value will end up getting, you're going to solve everything inside the absolute value. And it changes to a positive. Absolute value changes everything inside of it to a positive. Okay? So, if I'm sitting here with a big old chart, I have negative 10. The absolute value of negative 10 is 10. You guys should remember that. The absolute value of negative 10 is 10. It'd be good if I could rate right, you know? This is terrible. But the absolute value of negative 10, that means absolute value of negative 10 has to be positive. It just changes to 10. The negative changes to a positive. Okay? So if the absolute value of negative 10 is 10, the absolute value of negative 7 is 7. A positive number, that just doesn't change. The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of 18 is 18. It's positive. It has to stay positive. Okay? You have a whole bunch of coordinates that you're going to be solving for each of these, and you're going to be graphing them, and I want to see if you can compare and contrast. You're a smart group. Every single person in this class is smart. You're going to be able to help each other out and kind of figure out the pattern, see if we can figure it out. Tomorrow we're going to go over it and then talk about everything and then put it all together. So right now you're just kind of doing a little bit of an exploration. Alright, so let's look at some other problems. So you're going to have problems that are going to look similar to these. You're going to have one that is this, with that point at least. But these other three are just similar, just to kind of give you an idea so you don't get too freaked out. Oh, and I'm going to have to add one more, but that's the point. So y equals the absolute value of x plus 1. If we were plugging in negative 10 here, and we'll plug in 4 as well. So the absolute value of x plus 1, the absolute value of negative 10 is 10, and 10 plus 1 is 11. So 11 will be our point. 1 is on the outside. So after you do everything inside the absolute value function, then you solve everything outside. So the absolute value of negative 10 is 10. We change that. Absolute value is done. Now it's just 10 plus 1. Easy peasy. Alright. Absolute value of 4 plus 1. What's the absolute value of 4? It's 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Woo! You guys are killing it right now. So nothing changes here. All we're really doing is add 1 to the number. In the end. We don't add it to the negative becomes a positive, we add 1 to it. Extend this page just a little bit. Absolute value of x minus 7. Now here, you have a minus. Does that mean that minus changes right away? No. You do everything inside the function, then change it to positive afterwards. So, the absolute value of negative 10 minus 7. What's negative 10 minus 7? It's negative 17. The absolute value of negative 17 is 17. That's our final answer. Do everything, do all the work inside of that, the absolute value brackets. There's 2 straight lines. Do everything inside the work first, then take the absolute value, then solve it. Alright, the absolute value of 4 minus 7. What is 4 minus 7? Not hearing any answers, but I'm sure you said it. Absolute value is negative 3. So we're doing I'm sorry, negative 3. So the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. That's our final answer. Do all the work inside first, then take the absolute value. Alright, last one. Well, one more after this last one, actually. But that's... Alright, so we have the absolute value of 5 times x. So this is inside. We're going to complete the function inside first, then take the absolute value. So, for 10, 5 times negative 10, what's 5 times negative 10? It's negative 15. So you have the absolute value of negative 15. And what is the absolute value of negative 15? 15. Fred, how you doing back there? Have you answered any of the questions thinking that I'm the actual person? Huh? Maybe? Alright. Alright, so 4. The absolute value of 5 times 4. What's 5 times 4? It's 15. Can't forget our absolute value. We didn't lose it because we didn't do the absolute value to it yet. What's the absolute value of 15? It's 15. 5 times 4 being 15, don't listen to Hillary. Wow. Hopefully you're noticing that I just made a whole bunch of mistakes. I guess I'm adding numbers and I don't even know. Let's just start that off. Look at that again. Love making mistakes because then we can fix them. Alright. Absolute value of 5 times negative 10. Negative 50. And the absolute value of negative 50 is 50. I hope I'm in the classroom, not Mr. Maryland right now, to hear this. Alright. Then the absolute value of 5 times 4 is 20. And the absolute value of 20 is 20. So as you can see, we completed everything inside first. And now we have our points. We have our XY points, which I'm expecting to graph. You're not going to have anything big like this where you have like a 10, negative 50, or negative 10, 50, anything like that. One more thing. You get this. Y equals the negative absolute value of x. This is basically doing the opposite. This is our reciprocal. This is changing it up, flipping it. In there just because. So the absolute value of negative x. That negative is on the outside of the function. So we do everything inside the function first, then apply what's outside. So what's that mean for our negative 10? So we'd have negative absolute value of negative 10. We don't lose the negative yet. Inside the absolute value, negative 10 becomes 10. Right? And then there's the negative, so it's negative 10. So we're doing the opposite. When you have a negative on the outside, it changes everything, flips it around. I'm going to be excited to see what you do on the graph, and then comparing it. Absolute value of negative 4. I'm sorry, absolute value of 4. Negative, the absolute value of 4. We have that negative. The absolute value of 4 is 4. So that means it becomes a negative 4. So as you can see, the positive now becomes negative because of that negative on the outside. We did everything in the function first, then have our outside stuff. Don't even know what I'm doing there. The last one is 0. Negative, the absolute value of 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0. A negative 0, can you have a negative 0? No. 0 is neither positive nor negative. It's nothing. It's null set. So don't write any negative zeros. I will actually take some points off for that. That's silly stuff. 0 is its own thing. It's not positive or negative. So, hopefully this gives you a general understanding. Feel free to ask me questions, ask Mr. Mailer questions. You can send me an email. See me after school. I'll be here after school today. See me tomorrow morning. But good luck on your stuff, and Have a good day, guys.